Okay, I'm about to show you a trick that I do all the time. We call it around here the Instant Awesome preset, and it has to do with the SSL channel strip from Waves. If you don't have this already, it's definitely worth taking a listen to. But I'm sure that this, the way I'm going to treat this, would work on just about any emulation of the SSL channel. I think it works with the G channel also. I'm just going to show you. This is the stock setup of how the SSL comes. Play a little bit of it here.
Tonight you can hear the music folks play.
So I'm going to show you what I'll do in the order I do it. I'm going to push the threshold all the way up. I'm going to show you how I do the filters first. Let's listen to the vocal, and we're going to listen, and when it starts to thin the vocal out, I'm going to back it down about 10 hertz or something like that. Listen.
Tonight you can hear the music folks play.
It's starting to get thin right there, so I'm going to pull it back just a little bit.
Tonight you can hear the music folks play.
Now let me tell you why I do that. There's a lot of energy that happens in the low end that you can't really hear on a vocal. Therefore, you're kind of wasting some of that low end energy when the kick could be using it and the bass could be using it. So I filter a lot. With that being said, I'm going to leave the filter there, and sometimes I'll use the low pass filter, as this one is called. Sometimes I'll use it, most of the time I won't. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is hit split. Now, I can't tell you exactly what it does, except I think what it does is it puts this filter before the compressor. Okay, this compressor. So if there is a low energy bump, it's going to be filtered out before it ever gets the compressor. That's what the split does. It splits this off and puts it before the compressor. Okay, now I'm going to put channel output, which I think reverses the EQ and the compressor. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is listen to the vocal, and I'm going to push the ratio up. So the things we've done so far is push the threshold up, set the filter to where it didn't thin out the vocal, but you couldn't hear anything below the filter. And then we hit the split button and the channel out. And now we're going to adjust the ratio.
Tonight you can hear the music folks play. From Muscle Shoals down to Mobile Bay. Heaven never seems that far away.
Okay, now what I'm looking for is I push the ratio up until I'm hitting about the second light on the SSL. So it's about 6 dB of compression. And I just want to barely touch that light every now and then. I don't want it to stay on all the time unless you're going for an effect. So
tonight you can hear the music folks play.
That's about perfect there, because the 6 dB light is coming on every now and then, but not all the time. But I want you to listen to the difference that it's made now. Those little changes, I'm going to bypass this and we're going to turn it on.
Tonight you can hear the music folks play. From Muscle Shoals down to Mobile Bay.
Now, did you hear how when I hit the bypass, the vocal just seemed to stand up a little stronger? That's what this preset does. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this preset for you over at MixCoach.com, so come and get it. If you've got the SSL, you can just import the preset, and if you have another channel, then I'll leave you a screenshot too, so you can just copy these settings, okay? So that's the Instant Awesome. You can adjust the ratio as much as you want to get as much effect that you want. But I think what makes this cool is that the SSL has an auto makeup gain, and the more you compress it, the louder it gets. It just seems to stand up in the mix. Anyway, so that's one of my little tricks from the Playbook. So hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow.